Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here, and we are back for another episode of ECW Hardcore TV Extreme Championship Wrestling. That's right, we're back. I'm sorry for the little break that we took there. It wasn't necessarily a break. I did provide you guys with the year in review episode. But how many days now did I take off? I think 3 days I took off. I don't totally know. Yeah, it took me a little bit longer to write out this month than I had initially expected. Part of that is because next week we have next week we have a pay-per-view. Yeah. Oh. Shit. So yeah, I had to write a pay-per-view pretty much off of this week's build. And that was a little bit taxing. That was like a full day. And then the other shows were kind of just one-day processes. So if you wanna break up how it was, the first day without a video was the first show. I saw that I had to write the pay-per-view, and I was like, no. Then the day that the year in review episode went up, I wrote out the full pay-per-view, and then yesterday was all of the shows following it. So yeah, this episode is our first of 1998. Something that I don't think anybody suggested it, but something that I wanted to check was if something that was costing us money was our dojo. We don't have a dojo, so I was like, oh, okay, that's fine, because I have what is it called? Damn it, I have the worker generation thing not set at all. If you hear a noise here, that's because my cat is climbing over me right now to try to get to his favorite spot in the house. Thanks, Jesse. Hopefully he doesn't step on the computer. But yeah, sorry for that little break, and let's get right into the show. The cat has passed now, so if you heard that, there you go. We're, of course, in the Hammerstein Ballroom. I'm just going to keep running Hammerstein, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're going to keep running Hammerstein, to be honest. That may change in about a year's time. I don't totally know how we're going to look at things, how we're going to feel about things, but I'm just kind of focused on continuously growing and stuff like that and making money right now. So yeah, let's get my weird little ramble out of the way, which we just did, and let's move into the show, why don't we? So we're going to open up with Tommy Dreamer and Beulah McGillicuddy. Michael McSillyputty. That's my favorite joke about Michael McGillicuddy, aside from the this is the moment of the genesis of McGillicuddy. But yeah, so we're gonna open up with Tommy Dreamer. He's gonna talk about how RVD disrespected not only the faithful, the ECW faithful, the people who pay their hard-earned money to come here and see people put their bodies on the line, but he insulted the very heart and soul of Extreme Championship Wrestling. RVD comes out and he says, yeah, Tommy, hell yeah, I did. And I couldn't give less of a damn what you or any of these people thought about it. Because, to be totally honest, Dreamer, I'm bigger than this. I'm bigger than this company. When you look at me and we look at you, there's a clear difference. You're some average Joe who comes out here wielding a trash can and a t-shirt and slacks because you don't feel like actually getting in shape. When you look at me, you see a premier athlete in the sport of professional wrestling. You see a champion. You see a superstar. And that is because Rob Van Dam is the whole fucking show. And Dreamer, you got in my way of signing my WCW contract last week. And for that, well, why don't I come down there right now and kick your ass? here in front of these people you hold so dear, and your girlfriend. And so Van Dam starts to walk down the ramp, and he stops himself. He says, no. Dreamer, it's not going to be that easy for you. I'm going to try to make this as painful as possible. So when the time is right, the time will be right. And anyways, what if you manage to get a lucky shot on me? WCW's soon-to-be hottest property may get hurt. And so Van Dam walks off and leaves Dreamer in the ring. So yeah, pretty nice kickoff. I really like this feud between these two, to be honest. I really like what I'm doing here. But yeah, something I failed to touch on in our opening because of my little rant. Our main event tonight, which was announced on... Do we have a website in 98? I'm going to say we have a website in 98. If we don't, somebody correct me, and I'll... and we'll think about some other way I could release it. Maybe it's on posters, or the sign outside the arena. Tonight's main event, we'll see Justin Credible take on Jerry Lynn in what is bound to be a fantastic matchup. Steve Kirino has a promo backstage. Kirino says, tonight, everybody here is in for a treat. Matter of fact, I'm in for a treat. Tonight is my first ECW match. And that is next. So here we go. Steve Kirino going to take on Mikey Whipwreck in our match up next. Will he win his debut? He does. In about a 52D, it had some decent wrestling, but obviously the crowd not too interested yet in Steve Kirino. You know, not too sure what to make of the young gun here. But they have a pretty damn good matchup, if I say so myself. Whipwreck's crazy high-flying style, this devil-may-care attitude, if you would say, it kind of clashes really well with the old-school work-down style of Kirino. Kirino tries to work on that arm, tries to maybe work on that leg a little bit, try to take away Whipwreck's high-flying edge. And so we kind of work around Whipwreck trying to run around Kirino, trying to keep the pace up. But when Kirino takes control, it's a very slow-paced, grappling-type bout. The match, however, takes a sour turn when Whipwreck goes to the outside and grabs a table. You know, EC dub. The crowd's like, yeah, fuck yeah. And Kirino is like, what? The fuck? So Kirino swiftly and aggressively, really aggressively takes Mikey down, like more violently than the slow-paced grappling we've seen before. It's really quite violent. He takes him down, just starts hammering away on him, and then quickly finishes him with an old-school expulsion. So yeah, pretty good match overall there. Pretty happy with it, to be totally honest. So yeah, Kirino picks up a victory in his debut. We move backstage to Paul Heyman, and Paul's in his office, and Heyman says, the FBI, I think I need to address the situation regarding you guys. You guys can't duck the competition forever. So why keep up the facade that you can? Next week, at the Guilty as Charged pay-per-view, Lil Guido, Tracy Smothers, you're going to face two men who want their hands on you more than any two men I've seen in this company yet. You're going to face the Gangstonators. And it's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match. That means you can run, you can hide, but the match will have to end with a 1, 2, 3, or somebody submitting. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. So yeah, we can actually pre-book that in right now for Guilty as Charged. Where are we here? Falls Count Anywhere. Actually, I may make an ECW version of this match, and yeah, I'm going to make an ECW version of the Falls Count Anywhere match, so we won't do that on screen. But yeah, anyways, we've got our first match made for the pay-per-view. We move to the interview area as Just Incredible is with Chastity, and he says that if Tazz, Incredible says, Tazz, you want to fight? It's a fight you're gonna get. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce to you that guilty as charged, I'm going to take on Tazz in a non-title match. And you know what, at first I was a little bit disappointed at the idea that I couldn't take Tazz's television championship from him. That little garden gnome. But, then I realized I get to relish in the opportunity of beating Tazz twice, maybe 3 times, if he reenacts his rematch clause. And that feeling I got, there's only one way to describe it. It was just incredible. So yeah, Credible's going to take on Tazz in a non-title match here at the pay-per-view. Hold on here. I have to type in Just Incredible and Tazz. We can pre-book that. Perfect. And I think we have another matchup. We do. It's a pretty. Oh shit! Chris Jetty sustained a slipped disc. Jesus Christ, that sounds violent. So this match, only about 4 minutes. There's not really much to it. Jetty gets a little bit of offense in the start, but Candido's high. What do I want to say? His high work rate, his fast brawling style allows him to quickly take control. And he makes pretty light work of Jetty hitting the blonde bombshell in around 4 minutes. We're going to have to figure out how... that's our first injury, by the way, which I'm kind of shocked about, because typically our matches are pretty average, I think, in injury, ability. Thanks, Gabe. So Chris Candido gets on the mic, and he finally talks about Jerry Lynn. Candido says, Lynn, I think it's pretty obvious that I don't like you. And I think it's finally time to reveal everybody why. Lynn, look at yourself for a minute. You're an old fucker who thinks he can run around here taking the opportunities of young stars. Young stars like myself. Young stars like Steve Kirino. Young stars like Lance Storm. You can't do that. So I'm going to put you out for the good of Extreme Championship Wrestling. We get a Spike Dudley promo. Hell yeah. So Spike says, he's in the interview area, and he says, everyone, I'd like to quickly announce that at Guilty as Charged, I've extended an olive branch to my brothers, Bubba Ray, Devon, and Big Dick. And I want a chance to discuss these problems. Our problems. Face to face in the ring. Like brothers. Like men. Bubba, Devon, Big Dick. There's no need. There's no need for us to continuously... There's no need for this to lead to violence. Okay? I know we didn't grow up together. I know we all may have a different mother. But we all come from the same father. And that bond. Don't waste it, guys. Please. Please. We have a Sandman promo. Wow, that's really good. So the Sandman says, you know, it felt really good to kick Douglas's ass last week. I found something, though, that might be sweeter. I just noticed that there in the corner. Get out of here. Sorry. I found something, though, that might be sweeter. At Guilty as Charged, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to beat Shane Douglas. I'm going to beat the franchise again. And this time, it's going to be for the ECW World Championship. Yeah, so the Sandman did beat Douglas in that non-title matchup. Whoops, what am I doing here? Yeah, so it's going to be the Sandman. Excuse me, I've got something in my throat. It's really weird. The Sandman taking on the franchise Shane Douglas for the ECW Championship. And that will be for Guilty as Charged. Right? Oh, shit, I booked that one for that one, too. Jesus. I can move that, right? Yeah, move booking to Guilty as Charged. Sweet. I did it. Haha, I'm not inept. Way to be, Tucker. So yeah, let's move forward. Oh, and it's time for our main event. My bad. I should have read my goddamn script that's right next to me. So in a pretty decent match, Jerry Lynn is able to defeat Just Incredible in about 14-ish minutes by submission with a cross arm breaker submission after a distraction from Tazz. So the match kind of starts out very back and forth. Credible is clearly outclassed by Lynn, but Credible continues to find a way to hang in there. He's got a really, really high level of heart, I would say. Lynn's very fast-paced grappling style really is just totally outclassing Credible. Incredible, more of a brawler type guy, able to use some of his speed as he is younger than Jerry Lynn to his advantage, ducking some holds, slipping out of some holds. But around 10 minutes, I don't know how long into the match, but at some point in the match, a distraction from Chastity moves the match back into the favor of Credible. Credible, starts to brawl with Lynn, and Lynn's kind of put off by that. He's not totally comfortable with a brawling type match. But Tazz comes out, evens the odds, scares off Chastity, and is able to allow Jerry Lynn to pick up the victory. So yeah, kind of cheating, kind of not, to be totally honest. Yeah, but good win for Jerry Lynn. That rhymed. We're going to end out the show with a promo from Shane Douglas, the franchise of ECW. He says, he gets on the mic, and he says, Sandman, you want a rematch against me? It's a rematch he'll get. And he will get embarrassed. Sandman, you only won because that loser Bam Bam's interference, that creepy psychopath Bam Bam Bigelow, who just won't leave me alone. The Sandman can try. There's no taking down the franchise of ECW. And Sandman, I warned you once, and now I'll warn you twice. You step in my way, and you've stepped in my way. So it's time to get your ass franchised. And there's the show. I really, really like that show, to be honest. Some pretty damn good grades there. Sandman's really over now. Really over. Some kind of quieter stuff here in the middle, which I'm okay with. Credible's not the best yet. Neither is Candido. But that doesn't matter, because next episode, it's Guilty as Charged. We're going from one major event to another. Oh my god. Yeah, blame me not really knowing the schedule yet, not really being able to balance things out. I'll probably move Holiday Hell up a little bit more, make it more a Christmas show than a New Year's / Christmas show. I'll make it a more dominant Christmas show. So I'll move it up a week, giving Guilty as Charged like a 2-week build, which is a little bit better than this. There are going to be a couple matches that are going to kind of be built there on that card, and then just kind of done on that card. Sorry, that's kind of the result of, building a show in 1 week. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy nevertheless. If you want to pitch me some ideas, my Twitter is the best way to probably contact me nowadays. You can leave it in the comments, but I prefer it on Twitter. That's typically where I say a lot of really dumb things, to be honest. You can check out my stupid hijinks if you find I'm entertaining enough. But, yeah, so that will be in my channel, in my top little corner thing. I don't know, the links bar or whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. There is ECW referee / WCW representative John Finnegan. We love John Finnegan. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. What are these emails? Devon Storm did a thing. How long is Chris Jetty out? You know what? I'll show you guys how long Chris Jetty's out. Where is my medical, not physical. 55 days. But he can still do angles, but whatever, that's okay. That won't matter that much. Not doing too much with Chris Jetty, if you haven't noticed. So anyways, as you can see, yeah, guilty as charged. 6 days away. I'll see you guys then. It's Sandman Douglas 2. This time, will Bam Bam show up? Who knows? This is Silly Tuck, signing out.